Yeah, I may have to work on this a little. Okay, I think I have this working. Nice. So, as you all know, I'm currently presenting leaks for my all-new, super cool show. Yippee. Should I increase the volume of my mic? Probably. So yeah, there's not much going on today, but, yeah. Wait, hold up, I'm just gonna docs and then, docs and then chat. So, hello, humans. Yeah, as I already mentioned, I'm going to be, leaking parts of a show that I'm currently working on. Basically, it's about my character that you see in most of my videos and, his little adventures with Chippy and another character called Terry. So the most likely rating of it is probably going to be, I presume, TV 14. Probably because it does have a lot of fighting in it, and then there's also, like, mild language in a way. So, then after that, the name is going to be Light, because the character's real name is Dan Light. And then, yeah, there's not much else to say. So, yeah, I'll just mute my microphone for a second. Yep, that's right. I'm back finally. I'm going to. So now that I've already said the name, and if you weren't here when I said that, it's called Light. And it's about a kid named Dan Light and his little superhero journey and all that. And, recently I started production on the script of it, and it is a bit long, but, yes, this is it. It's 15 pages, and I did it in only 3 days, I think. The whole episode is called The Red Circles Incident, which is named after, in a way, the presumed death of one of the characters called Terry. And, I'm not gonna tell you, like, what happened and all that, but, yeah, you'll see that in the full episode. And then, So there's supposed to be a little funny part and then some very, very extremely saddening and dramatic scenes in it. So I'm gonna read out the first few pages of the scripts. It's gonna be a little weird because this is more of a script. It's not supposed to be like a book or anything. A boy, Dan Light, lies in bed at night asleep. The scene fades into his dream. The dream shows an empty school hallway with eerie music playing in the background. Younger Dan Light is chasing a younger version of Terry Phillips down the hall. Both laugh loudly. Terry, I'm gonna get ya. Oh no, you don't. Just as Terry turns the corner, he hides in the custodial closet. Dan makes a turn towards there. As he stands in the front of the door, a heart pulse is slowly heard. He grabs the knob and slowly twists it. The heart beats intensify until nothing is heard. The door creaks open. The camera points directly towards little Dan's horrified face. An echoing scream is heard, and the dream fades to black. So basically, that's in a way the introduction to like one of the most important scenes in the whole thing. Now, Terry will return in other seasons, but I'm not gonna say like how he does return or in what way he returns, because that'd spoil a lot. So, in the first episode, because Terry's not there, who used to be his friend, and then the other kid is his enemy. His only friend is an old character of mine called Jack Alabama. Yeah, don't ask about the name. I made that up in 4th grade for a book project that we had to do. So, Jack is more of a little prankster kind of person. Like, his introduction for his little slideshow he made with Dan is called, he introduces it by saying, "Hello, fellow caffeine-chugging PS5 controller-smashing Fortnite-addicted gremlins." So basically, of course, he's not exactly a very, he finds himself very comedic, and then he just says the most random stuff at the worst times. Dan's main goal is to make people laugh and be happy, of course, and also cause a lot of chaos. And then there's also Harry. So basically, he's in a way a bully and one of the main antagonists of the whole thing. But he is one of the protagonists in the next episode. So basically, in this episode, one of the main things is, it's a lot about how Dan collects his superpowers and meets his arch nemesis for the first time. Yeah. And, Dan's main powers and abilities and all are just, the ability to control lightning with his mind and also to run faster than the speed of sound. In fact, in the script, he runs so fast that he melts metal. And also he electrocutes Harry. But it was very mild and he just gets up really fast. Yeah. So season 1 is supposed to follow the main plot line of the original series that I drew out as a kid, where Dan and Harry team up and try to figure out who Demon is and how they can try and save Terry, even though Terry's in the past. Season 2 follows the plotline of everything you'd see on my YouTube channel, involving LS48 and Chippy. And then the final season involves, season 3 involves, Dan and Harry and another person teaming up to to finally defeat the main antagonist of the whole series. And then the last season It's supposed to be like 1 or 2 episodes. It's just an epilogue to what happens. So yeah, and a couple of little jokes I put in. I got bored and then labeled Dan's toothpaste as acidic mint toothpaste certified taste bud melter. Perfect. Did anyone write something in the chat? Oh, yes. Better. Little jokes I put in. I got bored and then labeled toothpaste. So yeah, now there's also wait, sorry about that. Then there's other very, very important characters to this who actually seem like mild characters, but serve a pretty big role in later seasons. Like Terry's mum, Amanda Phillips. And then there's also like smaller details just to keep the episode a little longer, because otherwise it'd be super short. Such as how, and that includes a lot about other parts of Dan's life besides just the crime fighting, and then yeah, like there's even parts about what he does in school with Jack. So he and Jack do a project on Dan's home country, Georgia, which is mine, because the characters are all supposed to be based off myself, like specifically Dan only. And of course, because Dan loves procrastinating stuff just like myself, he says, so Georgia is a country, it is in Europe. My ancestry traces back to some random dude who lived in Georgia, and Georgia invented wine and stuff. And then they go through a whole thing about not doing research. And also, I don't know, really. And then there's also extremely dramatic scenes, such as the introduction to the main antagonist of the series, this guy. Basically, what he does is his species wants power, specifically him. They're supposed to be inspired by humans' desperate need of power. So, yeah. So one person who lived on a certain planet called Ares, he wanted a lot of power. And I mean a lot. Eventually, he got to the point where he was able to dominate a separate reality, and then he was able to take over the multiverse all the way up to the omniverse. And the reason Dan gains his superpowers has to do with this guy and taking him down and all. For example, this is how it shows him getting hit by the lightning bolt that gives him his powers. A large blue flash runs down from the sky and hits Dan, who falls to the ground. Eventually, he falls unconscious. Dan begins dreaming of a dark room. There are 2 men, a tall, shadowy humanoid creature, and a pair of glowing eyes. So, yeah. And also, there's some references to other characters from other comics and all. And then, when he sees a crime going on, he wants to stop it and says, well, as that spider guy character said, I don't know, but I do remember the general idea. So, yeah, there's not all that much to it, but, I mean, Hey, yo! Hey, yo, who just wrote a mewing emoji in the chat? Oh, it's, Bia. Hello. So, the characters, obviously I don't have Flip-a-Clip installed onto my laptop because it's new. But, I can make a little sketch of it. Actually, it is on my YouTube channel. So, oh, a new subscriber. That's nice. So then you have, so the character
Hey guys, wanna see my new clear?
this. That's Dan Light, and everything that happens on this YouTube channel is right after the first season and all. And then this character, Chippy, he's very, very important despite looking like a little potato chip robot, which is exactly why I named him that. Despite the fact that he looks super evil and aggressive and all that, he actually is, like, not too evil, despite the fact that he nuked somebody's house.
Towards your home.
And then, the main antagonist of season 1 is, the arch nemesis I told you about earlier. I won't exactly leak his name just yet. Then for season 2, you have Terry being the main antagonist. And then for season 3, you have the arch nemesis again, but he's even more strong. And then for season 4, there is no antagonist. It's supposed to be like a happy ending. And, yeah. So, how long ago did I start streaming? Yeah. So I might get, okay, so I might be getting, someone to ask some questions if they're in my Discord and all. So, yeah. But that's gonna be in a later thing. I know this live stream was a little underwhelming, and there wasn't much to it, but I did try my best on it. And for that, I really hope you subscribe. And also, so you can, see more hints to the show. Well, farewell, humans. Until we meet again.